we do have ourselves another point of view game to watch, and this one is going to be a Moose game. And you might be thinking, why the hell are we watching this against El Matador, Knock Matty, playing the Demeter? And it's because I ran into him on the ladder, and I actually managed to run into him playing my best god at the moment, which is Loki. Normally when I play him, I'm playing like I'm trying to play Hades or something, and I have to already think about so much, let alone playing one of the best players there is. So he's playing his Demeter. He's in the tournament currently, so I'm assuming he's trying out strategies, and you'll see that he tries out some funky stuff during this game. But as soon as I realize I'm up against a Greek player, doesn't matter who it is, I want to go for this start here. This is my version of the soup build. He's made this build a long time ago, where you basically get out an early temple. So what I wanted to do with my Berserk was grab, well, that was an awful voice crack, was grab the deer underneath the town center, just grab one so my guy can do some scouting. The map's marsh, so I wanted to go over there and put a bit of a spy down on one of his villages, but the map is absolutely massive, so I can't get my temple down in time, and I want to build it back in my base. His scout does spot this, but I'm not really too bothered. It's not like it's going to change his game plan at all. Seeing my early temple. If he saw it forward, then obviously that's a bit of an issue. And the idea of this is to get out a couple of early hearses, so if there is some aggression, you're absolutely fine. You see, you get a temple up about 2 minutes in, and I'm not building the hearse yet because I realized I messed up the build and don't have enough wood for the house, so you don't want to drop it yet because a hearse costs 3 population, so you get housed if you don't have a house out. So I'm just waiting for that 45 pop to be whacking it down with the Berserk. And I find a nice cheeky corner here, and then as soon as I do that, I queue out the Hersa. And the other benefit of this is I'm going to be able to go around the map and find some relics, which gives me extra favor to build trolls and stuff like that. And if you know me, if you know my Loki style, I do like a troll, and we'll see if that's going to help. So we've got Gizzard the White coming in here. He's also just going to lure some deers underneath. Hey, what do you guys call this? Because I swear it should be called luring, but everyone seems to call it herding, but I feel like that doesn't make sense. Herding a deer. I don't know. Deers feel like they shouldn't be herded. They should be lured. But anyway, doesn't really matter. More hearses coming out. I do spot one relic down here. Removes favor cost of fortress type buildings, which is just a nice to have relic. It means I can save 10 favor for half a troll or a battle boar, or half a battle boar, something like that. Whatever myth units I decide to go for. That's my usual route, though. I do like a Forsetti into Bragi angle, but you can go the other way. You can go Heimdall if you want to go that way, get some Einherjes in. They're pretty strong. I just really rate the healing. And Orpheus, my boy, is coming over, so we know that he is going to go for some aggression. I've already seen that. So I do want to bring back one of my hearses. So this guy, the first one that was out, or the second one because I noticed the relic, he's going to build a house and then he's going to be back to defend. This one's going to be looking for more relics. I do spot a relic with this guy, but unfortunately he's not a hero, can't pick it up. Walls and towers gain more hit points. I don't really care what the relic is, like that's not a good relic for me. I mean, walls I do build pretty frequently, but the wall relics don't really do too much in my opinion. And we are going for a bit of a late Forsetti. I think I should have got one less Hersa out and gone slightly earlier, so I could stop this aggression from happening. So Orpheus comes over. He's going to be annoying. I still have 161 gold, so I don't really care. There's no point just hanging around here, getting pushed back constantly. I do think about putting my ox cart over there for the wood. I don't know why, because Orpheus is obviously going to come back, so I just end up putting it on this ox cart here. This food situation is finished up, but I do notice there are some nice water buffaloes right close, so that's what we're going to go for, and we're just going to be getting all the hearses out, so when we hit the next stage, we can come over to Orpheus and just start slapping them down with the big-ass hammers. Mr. Half Troll, actually, this time. And we get to the next stage. The hearses, I don't know, they take some funky pathing sometimes. My Berserk's also over here. He's looking for some villagers. And this is where I kind of realize what the hell is actually going on. So what he's done is he's dropped this, whatever it's called. What is it actually called? Arcadian Meadow down. So anything within the area can't attack. So he's set it up so his Orpheus can attack from the outside. He's also pressuring with his Iolaus this side, Iolaus, which is really annoying. My Gatherer gets 1 HP, but I turn around and shank with the other one, which does tend to stop it. So that was nice. Shouldn't leave this 1 HP guy out here, though. That was definitely a mistake. But at the time, I didn't realize that this was happening until now, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? Now, one answer to this is drop a healing spring straight away, because it's only whatever his name is, Orpheus, that can really do anything, and I'm not too bothered about his damage. The healing spring can slowly kind of get it back to full HP and be absolutely fine. But I don't think about that right now because I'm like, I don't want to waste it. Okay, that's a lie. I do think about it, but I'm like, I don't really want to waste it back here because if you've seen any of my Loki games, I think Healing Spring is super strong, and I like to put it in a position like this, like next to a forward gold mine. So I'm kind of trying to save it. I also realized I haven't really built anything because I've gone for my Hersa build, so I can just keep spamming the Hersas out. Unfortunately, I kept getting gatherers over to the gold mine, so this really messed up my macro, to be honest. Maybe if you're a stronger player than me, it wouldn't mess you up so badly, but I'm like, what is going on? It's so confusing. You can't attack when you're in the green, but you can attack when you're in the dark green. So my Hersas over here can attack, and it just gets a little bit weird. But anyway, Isle Hours is going to continue, so I'm just kind of trying to follow them along. But how it works when they're in this green thing, if you target them, they just stand there. It isn't like they'll constantly follow. So he's trying to abuse, that is the AOM word, abuse the Arcadian Meadow. And this dwarf is really, really low. Need to bring that guy back. And then I drop the Healing Spring when there's 3 seconds left of this. I don't know why I did that. I also don't even pull back the dwarf. And I believe this dwarf is in some serious trouble. Yeah, he does actually go down. I don't know what I was thinking. To be honest, I've just never faced this before, so I was all sorts of confused. So while this is going on, I'm like, I'm just going to send some Hersas forward to attack him. But he brings his Hippias back in, so a nice spy from me, knowing that this is where the food villagers will be gathering. I think the villager that you spy kind of matters depending on what the map is. And if it's one like this, marsh, with all loads of hunt out on it, normally food villagers stay on food. So that's how you're going to know where the forward ones are. If it was on gold, I mean, it is fine. He would probably move over to this gold mine at some point and you would spot that. But I prefer on a map like this to spy the early food villager. I can also see what he's dropping because often on this map you do want to get some aggressive buildings down forward if that's what you're going for. And he just comes in with a bit of a Hippias raid here. And Matty is good at one thing. Oh, he's good at many things, but one of the things he's very good at is knowing when he can just pick a unit off out of your small group of units, and he does manage to find my Berserk there, which isn't ideal. But there's a wall going up. I'm trying to split my army as best as possible. I know he's going to come down the back, so I want to drop some little wooden walls down, but he's already there. So I just bring my boys back to the town centre. Bit of idle time, but nothing too crazy, and you can just see his units are just so annoying. Trying to catch out this Ireless guy, and he's just 5.6 speed, so that is not happening. Still spying this. I do have a random piggy in the corner, not really doing too much. But I kind of think, where do we go from here? So my gold mine, I've got plenty left in it because I haven't really been building dwarfs. I do need to eventually get another food source, so that is finished. There's a food source over here or through here. So I'm thinking, what can I really do? So I do start to wall up the map. So I think Marsh is really good for this kind of walling up, and this is where I just send some Hersas in. I've seen that he's sent some units forward to kind of aggress my base, and I can defend this pretty well. I've got a troll, I've got the gate here, so while this is going on, I am raiding this top villager over here. There's quite a few low HP ones, thanks to them attacking the hunt, but I do want to make sure not to lose units on this point, so bringing back the units while also trying to attack this top side. And I don't know whether I should really play this game, because this is a game that Matty's very good at, but we do get 2 snipes, and then the Hersas are out of there. The issue is that he's going to come and attack me as well, so one Gatherer at least goes down. I don't know if there was one other one before that. I allow us. Wow, when he goes down, he really goes down, doesn't he? Listen to that noise. Also some hot plates trying to get my Hersas. I'm also over here on the Hippos, and I realized that I can't run my Hersas that way, because otherwise he's just going to come and raid it, and that's an issue. So I run through the whole army. Maybe that was a mistake, because, I mean, look at them. They all go down. But the trolls try to use their special. One hot plate gets the brunt of that, and that is it. I see the Pegasus, and I'm like, he must have seen me on these Hippos. There's no chance that he didn't. I haven't managed to get all my walls up, so I have to run back. And because I threw away a couple of units there, I am definitely behind in military numbers. I mean, we can see it because we're watching the casted game, the point of view game. But I knew here that I just lost too many units, so I can't go out and fight this because he'll just win. So I need to pull back. It is annoying because obviously the berries gather so slow. So 0.63 compared to about 1, I think it is. Yeah, 1 when you're out on the huntable. So it's not ideal, but sometimes you got to do that because it's better than just straight out losing the game. And there has been a decent amount of fighting. And decent amount of fighting means more troll spawns for me. So I've got three trolls in. So I'm like, I've got to get this cave troll upgrade. He's so annoying, constantly coming in with his Hippias. He's an upgraded Hippias. So it makes me think that when we get into the later game, he doesn't want these as part of his army. He just wants something that is fast and can kind of catch some units out. So I think here, maybe I can come over here, drop a longhouse or some kind of wall to stop them from coming past. I do actually try and drop a longhouse. It isn't going to show, but I don't have enough wood in the bank. I could have dropped a wall, but I tried the longhouse. And again, he's going to try and pick off some of my hearses. My hearses, though, they're pretty tanky. They've got 143 HP, and I do have a healing spring, so I don't mind taking those trades. If this was against Poseidon, I wouldn't bother, because Poseidon will just heal up his boys. But I can just run back to the healing spring. Yes, it's in a dumb spot. I wish it was kind of forward. But hey-ho. Run back. Heal up. No problems caused there. And I realized I never got my eyes at the forest tech, which is just nice. So things like this pig that we saw earlier will get a large line of sight. And I don't mind finding those pigs. So I do need to get my walls back up. I also realized I haven't scouted this back section. So myth unit speed is, I mean, it's a good relic. It doesn't really help my trolls because they are slow anyway. But the Berserks are going to go out, and they've got a couple of jobs. The first job is to just try and harass this section, but I realize that he's got so many units here, as also just making sure there's no kind of random Hippias over in this section. And now the boys are going to wall up. Or at least that's what I'm thinking. They do spot the Hippias, and I go, oops. And that's kind of the power of this extra line of sight that Loki gives you, is you wouldn't have noticed that, I believe, if you didn't have Eyes of the Forest, or at least I wouldn't have noticed it. So Eyes of the Forest comes in so super clutch, and I'm just going to wall up everything, going to wall up over here, and then the Hippias are going to come back round for a little bit of a raid. Again, because we have so much line of sight, we can see them kind of trying to do the sneaky. So I'm thinking, well, I've got my hearses in, not a problem. I've also got this copper armor upgrade, so it means my hearses can take a pretty decent fight. As well as I believe I got the Berserk upgrade. Yeah, Berserk upgrade, this Dwarven breastplate from Forseti, gives them 50% hack armor with the copper armor too. So super, super strong. At this point, I also need to run back over to my hippos. I've kind of depleted the whole main base. I've also got 70 gold left in this gold mine, which is why these walls are so important. And they are going to finish up, and we're going to be able to get over to this section. These guys get confused because they're dead on the floor, but hopefully we notice that one pretty quickly. It's interesting because in the game you feel like you notice it instantly, but I did not notice that instantly. Okay, that's a good thing to know. And we're just thinking about getting up to the next stage. So we've got 12 on the gold, and I'm expecting it to come through because it shows up with 12, but actually they need to walk over there and mine it. So we are a little bit ways away. It's not a big deal though. He's also going up to the next stage through Aphrodite. I assumed he would go to the next stage at some point, just from how he's playing, you know, unupgraded Hippias, seeing all his units back here, and the Berserks come over for another cheeky little raid. You see how much damage they do. One of those villagers just got taken out instantly. Even if I lose a Berserk for this, I don't really care. But the Hippias are on this backside. I do have so much hack armor, though. I just decided to run through them, and I don't believe I lose too much. There might be one dead on the backside, but not a big deal, because we're going up to the next stage about now. Yeah, after this villager, we're going to go through Bragi. I said I just enjoy Bragi. I think he's really good. Maybe if you've got loads of food left, so say this wasn't my last safe food, you could go the other way and go for some mountain giants to push through Njord, which is a good shout. But how the base is kind of set up, I don't really like that one. Also got a couple of medium berserks here. I could have just whacked that guy. He's 2 HP. I don't know why I didn't do that. But anyway, our boys get out, and there's another gold mine. Safe. I also just go for this cheeky extra wall, just in case he breaks down one of these other ones. Did that relic really make a difference? No, it gives it 60 HP. Okay. It's more there for the favor. And you can just see his armies. His army's looking scary, but I can see it all, so I can see what I can build against him. So he's got hoplites and he's got toxotes. He's got the kind of standard unit comp of a classical age, or staying in classical age Greek player. He's also got these very low HP Hippias. He could also go into Hippaspis and the Peltas later, and he is getting some Hippaspis now, which you just expect. But I've kind of committed pretty well into these infantry. I think I have 2 great halls up, but I don't want to build any raiding cavalry out because I've got the extra hack armor for my berserks, I've got medium infantry, and I feel like I just want to build a hill fort and get some Huskulls out to deal with those Toxotes. That's what I want to do. The Berserks here, I don't even realize that they run off, and I'm actually going to lose a few for that, which is not ideal. I'll lose about 3 Berserks for just misclicking. And then that's going to let him run in and actually put a stop to my gathering. But he doesn't notice it, you see, because he doesn't have the line of sight. Line of sight. People say Loki's bad, but line of sight is line of sight. And that's a quote. And then it also lets me get my hill fort up in this position. While this is going on, he is getting his own hill fort up, which is why he isn't pressuring me, because he's getting a super aggressive hill fort up. And maybe on another map where I don't have two safe, or at least one safe gold mine, a second kind of safe gold mine, I think a forward hill fort makes sense, or a forward fortress. But this one, I don't know. He's gone for it anyway. The Hippias are still raiding, but I mean, they can get taken out so quickly. They probably got about 200 HP shared between all of them. So just a couple of berserks whacking those would go down. But we do get the hill fort up, and we're also getting our Call of Valhalla, which is our berserks get extra HP. And because there's a load of Toxotes and I don't have the horses to deal with them, bronze shields just makes sense. He is going to have a curse at some point, and he uses it on all my berserks there, and you can see that just makes a massive swing. He's full pop, and I am definitely not because of that one. I also need to drop my houses down, get some more dudes out. And where are the trolls? The trolls are sitting back waiting. Trolls just need to come and get some specials off. Maybe I should have just deleted these houses and built them back over here, but I don't decide to go for that one. He's also got the Petropolis out, which is very annoying, and my Huskarls spawning this side just go down instantly. But one good thing is he's not someone like Poseidon, where he's going to have a big counter to my flaming weapons in a bronze. So I do have that option to go for at some point, and this is just when I just decide to whack it down. Why not? Force him back, otherwise we're going to be in a bit of trouble. And he uses the Wither, and I'm a bit confused whether Wither, maybe he's just testing this out to see whether Wither cancels the flaming weapons, because it cancels so much that it shouldn't. So I don't blame him for trying it. Oh, if the piggy was going around getting some villager kills, I kind of missed that bit. He got a gold mine raid off, which is pretty huge, and I get probably the best spawn that I could probably ask for here, which is a mountain giant. Mountain giant or battle boar, either of those to take down a fortress is going to be nice. Einherjar would be a pretty good shout too, but we just hit him with the big flaming weapons, making sure to get the Huskarls to move over here on these Toxotes, and the Throwing Axeman is the one that I'm microing the most, just to make sure that we get all these villager kills while we're taking down the fortress with the big lad. Need to make sure that the cave trolls aren't attacking the fortress. Maybe that's a bit of a mistake. We need to micro those guys more. Here they come, because they do absolutely nothing to the fortress. But we hit him with a big flaming weapons timing, and look at that. Got so much favor in the bank to build some more dudes out. The Lycon actually spawned, so he's going to bring those guys over. He did go pan, so making sure the hearses come over, take out the Lycon, and Throwing Axeman on the heroes, because the Mountain Giant really needs to take out that fortress. And we get a Battle Boar spawn as well, so even if the Mountain Giant went down, it's not the end of the world. And this is what Loki is all about. It is hitting that one big god power and a moose win. So I think Matty was just trying some funky stuff this game. So I would take the win against a 2K player with a bit of a pinch of salt, but you're going to take it whenever you can. I think I played this okay. There was obviously some mistakes that we did point out. And yeah, I think Matty's just trying some stuff. But oh well, we get the win, and you can't take that away from me.